Now let us come to the second phase of the cell division or the cell cycle, which is the M phase. We have completed the interphase. Now let us come to M phase. Now the M phase is divided into two, that is the karyokinesis and the cytokinesis. Kairo means nucleus and kinesis means division, and cyto means cytoplasm and kinesis means division. So this is nuclear division and this cytoplasm division. Now for our convenience, we have further divided the karyokinesis into four groups. That is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. We can learn it as PMAT. Okay. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Telophase, sorry. Okay. PMAT you can learn the short form. Okay. Now let us talk about in brief about these. Now you have to understand one thing, that we can't make clear-cut lines that okay, from here to here this is prophase, okay, from this point to this point this is anaphase, and from this to this is telophase. So we can't make these clear-cut lines that these are differentiated, these are different separations of the karyokinesis. We have, for our convenience, to understand this in a better way, we have divided it into four stages. These collectively are only one process, that is the karyokinesis. Okay, now let us start. Prophase. Now what happens in prophase is the DNA condensation starts. We have learned in the cell chapter that let's say this is the nucleus of the cell. Okay, so inside this nucleus, the chromosomal content or the chromatin is present like this. It is not organized. Okay, this is the chromatin. So this is not organized. At the time of cell division, it get organized and it get condensed and it takes the shape of chromosome, a proper chromosome. So in the prophase, this chromatin materials starts to take the form of chromosomes. Remember, it just starts. It is not completed to take the form of the chromosomes. Okay, it has just started. Okay, now let us see that what are the signs through which we can identify that this is prophase. First, I told you chromosomal material condensation starts. Okay, it only starts, and centrosomes movement. The centrosomes which are duplicated, they move to the opposite poles. Okay, this is the cell. This is the chromatin material, and here you see that. Okay, so let's say these are the centrosomes. Okay, now these starts to move towards the opposite poles. Then starts to move towards this pole, and starts to move to this pole. And remember, this also just start. They have not reached the poles. They will reach the pole in the next step. Next step, which is the metaphase. Okay. And one more sign which we can, through which we can identify the prophases. These centrosomes, they radiate asters. Now, what is aster? Asters are the microtubules. Like this, they radiate microtubules, and two of the microtubules are the spindle fibers, which we have studied about in cell chapter, which connects to the kinetochores and pull them. Now these are the asters. These are microtubules, and these collectively are known as asters. Okay. This is one other sign through which we can identify that this is a prophase. And another important sign is the nuclear envelope, Golgi complex, ER, and the nucleolus. starts disappearing. They starts vanishing or disappearing. Okay, now let's move to the metaphase. The prophase is completed. Now the cell division process moves to metaphase. Now let's see what comes in metaphase. In metaphase, the nuclear envelope completely vanish. Like this is the nuclear envelope, so it gets completely vanished. And if the nuclear envelope has completely vanished, now the chromosomes will roam into the cell freely. And let me tell you why the nuclear envelope is important for the nucleus. The nuclear envelope is meant to bind the chromosomal material inside one envelope. Okay, let's say this is the cell, this is the chromosomal material, this is the nuclear envelope, this is chromatin material, this is the cell. So if nuclear envelope would have not been there, this chromatin material will roam in the whole cell, which will disturb the cell. So to bind the chromatin material into one place, there is nuclear envelope present. So in metaphase, it starts vanishing, and the metaphase, the chromosomes are completely visible to us in the proper chromosomal shape. So let's say this is the cell. So they take up the proper chromosomal shape like this. Okay, but they are not in the center. They roam in the cell all around. Like this. Okay, and in the metaphase itself, the chromosome align at the metaphase plate. What is the metaphase plate? After this, they align at the equator, and that equator is called the metaphase plate. Okay. Let me show you clearly. So this equator is known as metaphase plate, and the chromosomes align at the center, as you can see here. Okay, in the metaphase process, and the spindle fibers get attached to the kinetochore. What is kinetochore? We have studied in the cell chapter that it is a proteinaceous disc which is present here. So this is the centrosome, and this is to the asteroids which they throw, and it get attached to the kinetochore in the metaphase. Okay, so this thing happens in the metaphase. The chromosomes are aligned at the equator. These are the signs through which we can identify that it is metaphase. The chromatin material takes the proper shape of chromosomes. They align at the metaphase plate, which is the equator, and the centrosome they throw the spindle fibers to the kinetochore, and that spindle fiber attaches to the kinetochore. Now let us move to the anaphase. Now in the anaphase, the chromosomes split. Okay, the chromosomes are splitted from between. The diagram. So what does it mean by the chromosome split? This is the cell. This is the chromosome. These are the spindle fibers. Centrosome. Okay. Now this chromosome, it gets splitted from between. Now, what type of image will you see? Two chromatids. You will see only one chromatic. And here also. So something like this. the chromatids get separated and the centromere is splitted from between, from the center in the anaphase, and they move towards the poles. These two will move downwards and these two will move upwards. Okay, in the anaphase. So these were the two signs through which we can identify the cyst is anaphase. Okay, now let us move to the telophase. Now what happens in the telophase, which is the last phase of the cheirokinesis. In telophase, the chromosomes decondense. Now what does that mean? They loses their individuality. This is the cell. Now they have reached the poles. Okay. So we see a figure something like this. The chromosomes had reached like this in the anaphase, and they decondensed. Now you can see that this is an individual chromatid. This is an individual chromatid, so that individuality is lost in the telophase. So when the individuality is lost, it looks something like this. Okay. In the telophase. So this was one sign of the telophase, and next is the nuclear envelope starts reappearing. Okay. The nuclear envelope which starts vanishing in the prophase, it again reappear in the telophase, and the cell organelles like the nuclear, the GC Golgi complex, endodermal reticulum nucleus, they also start reappearing in the telophase. Okay. Now let us talk about the cytokinesis. Okay. Now let us talk about the last process of cell division, which is the cytokinesis, which is the splitting of cytoplasmic content. So in animals, the plasma membrane is flexible, so it allows the formation of furrow. What does that mean? Let me explain. Okay, like this is the plasma membrane of the cell. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of furrow? It allows the bending of plasma membrane like this. Okay, and this furrow in the process of cytokinesis deepens. Okay, like this. It deepens, and finally at one point they meet, and after which they split like this, and the two daughter cells are formed. One in animals, due to which why the plasma membrane is able to allow the formation of furrow, because it is flexible. But in plants, there is an additional layer present, which is the cell wall, which is a very hard and rigid. So that cell wall doesn't allow the formation of furrow. The cell wall doesn't allow the formation of furrow. So how come the cytokinesis takes place in plant? There is a different process in plants. In animals we see that from the outside it's coming inside and the cell is divided. But in plants, the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complexes, components and some components of the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex gets deposited in the center like this, and at the center, from the center, they continue to go in the opposite directions like this, and after reaching this is the cell wall. Okay, this is the cell wall, and these ER and GC components continues to go like this in the opposite directions, and they continue to go like this. The cell wall is a little bit bended, and after which it breaks and cell is divided into two parts. So there are two different processes of two different ways of cytokinesis. They are different in animals and this is different in plants. Okay. So this was our whole topic about the cell division, what is cell cycle. Okay, thank you.